What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Antsy, your longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion of all time. And I'm joined by my good friend and co-host. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Christian, co-host on Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, and this Monday Night Raw was boring with the exception of 45 minutes, and I think we all know which 45 minutes I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So,
the commercial?
And goes the commercial.
And this was the last Raw before the Rumble. Like, come on.
You know, it's funny because this Rumble card is very lackluster, but I'm still excited for it. It's weird. Like, there's nothing that I'm really like aiming.
I'm excited to see what happens during the matches, who wins the matches, and what if The Rock comes out.
We got a lot going on. So Ant is here too, my hot commodity, and we are covering WWE Monday Night Raw from January 22nd, 2024 in New Orleans, Louisiana. And we start out with the world champion Seth Rollins coming out to the ring. And he starts out his promo by crying, and he says, "It has been a long week. 7 days ago, I jumped off the ropes and hit a moonsault. I felt my knee going away. It's not supposed to. I finished the match, and I sat down in the back, and it set in I might be out a long time. I felt helpless. I thought it was a real possibility I might miss WrestleMania. We had an MRI done, and it didn't look great. I have a tear in my MCL and a torn meniscus. With surgery, it looks like 3 to 4 months I'll be out. If it was up to me, I'd be stomping heads. We don't know what the future holds. I'm taking it day by day." That's when Intercontinental Champion Gunther comes out, and he comes out with Vinci and Kaiser. Rollins says, "I ain't got time for this. If you're here to make an example out of me, then do it." Gunther says, "I thought we've been avoiding each other for too long. I wanted to let you know what I think of you. You've been labeled a workhorse champion from the beginning. You became a champion that brings honor, a champion everyone can be proud of, just like me. But now it pulls on my heartstrings to see you like this." Seth says, "You should have let me finish. I don't give a damn what the doctors tell me. I will take this title into WrestleMania, and I will do every single thing in my power to walk out WrestleMania as champion." Gunther says, "I admire and respect that. I do the same thing. From one great champion to another, I will win the Royal Rumble, and I am going to choose you for WrestleMania. But with all due respect, I'm going to target everything that's not 100% and beat you." Seth says, "I appreciate your honesty. You can challenge me, but remember who you're coming after." And then Gunther says, "Well, you better remember who's coming after you." And that's when, as Imperium go to leave, the New Day attack them on the floor. So we all thought Seth was dropping the title. He was going to vacate it. What are your thoughts?
I didn't expect Gunther to come out during this.
I didn't either. Do you think Gunther's going to win the Rumble? A lot of people think he's winning it.
I mean, listen, dude, he was my pick. I picked him all the way in October. I said Gunther's going to win the Rumble, guys. He's back in the picture, I guess. I don't know, man. I just can't see him winning the Rumble knowing that he has this record waiting to be broken by somebody, someone to beat him. And I think it's definitely interesting how it's going to play out. I just don't think he's going to win. But this is a good promo.
I don't
think Gunther's the best of his promos, but it was good to hear that Seth Rollins won't miss WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I do think Brock Lesnar is going to come back, and Brock and Gunther is going to start at the Royal Rumble.
Could be.
I think it's going to be Punk and Cody.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Yeah, but everybody wants to see Brock and Gunther, too.
Yeah. I mean.
And everyone wants it to be Punk and Cody.
I love Brock. I don't think it's like the greatest.
Brock is done. Brock's WrestleMania plans are done.
It might be them, with the implications going out about him. They might.
Brock's WrestleMania plan.
Brock Lesnar likes to.
I don't want to be a spoiler. But it is reports. I was told that Lesnar had plans at the Rumble, and that is now squashed.
It could be possible, but here's my only thing.
All because he likes to pee on people.
Here's the thing. My thing is this. when it comes to shit that happens outside of the ring, WWE does a really good fucking job of putting a band-aid. The Usos have had Jimmy has had mad fucking DUIs, and he main events WrestleMania.
Yes, but this is. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Somebody.
No, you're fine. I think I get the seriousness of it because it's such a big deal and it's shocking and everything. But I mean, you've had Vader's beating up a fucking interviewer in the Middle East. Like we've seen some crazy.
Vader smelled.
Yeah, we've seen some
crazy shit. But this is your top guy.
I know, but
top guys helping the chairman of WWE with sexual allegations.
Well, think about
I don't know. I think
during the
TKO has been very strict with how they handle shit like that. I guarantee you, Vince McMahon will be out. We're all gonna see the statement on Twitter within 72 hours, officially stated by TKO that Vince McMahon is off the board of directors and he's done.
No,
I guarantee. And they did the same shit.
They did it before.
They won't do it again.
They made a big deal with Matt Riddle.
McMahon will never give up.
A big deal with Matt Riddle smoking. They made a big deal with all this shit.
Okay, well, you know what? What's tonight?
Today is we're recording this on a Thursday.
I'll give you till next Thursday, and then we'll have.
I know, fuck. I give it till Saturday.
Here's
before the Royal Rumble, it's gonna happen.
Vince McMahon will never give up.
But baby, he
Vince
might
McMahon. Wait, time out. What did you just say, Ant? B?
He'll never give up total control.
He'll never what?
Give up total control.
So you're one of those people that believe he's still kind of running the thing. Please don't tell me you're one of those people who actually believe he's running the thing still. Dude, he's been booted out the door. Ari Emanuel said it himself. Vince McMahon has nothing to do with WWE.
Here's what I think.
He's just on the board of directors of TKO.
Well, next Thursday,
he has nothing to do with WWE.
Next Thursday, you guys can play me this and
here's what
I will apologize.
He'll be gone. He'll be gone before the Rumble.
Here's what I think. This motherfucker has gone through so much shit. He's not. I hear both of you guys. I don't know.
This is God.
I don't know either. I'm just making I'm just assuming based off what I've heard. Some people from TKO themselves say.
Here's the thing, though, that bothers me about the situation here, and I'm gonna say it because I don't give two flying fucks. This lady chose,
thank you,
to fucking sell her body
for Nordstrom gift cards and BMWs,
and now she's complaining that the damage that they told her they were going to do to her, they did it.
But
he tells you. And this is going to be explicit. He said straight out in a text message, I want a bunch of big black guys' dicks in your vagina, and that's going to happen, and you're going to come, and they're going to squirt all over you.
And she said, lay on the Nordstrom gift cards, baby.
She doesn't.
BMW.
She doesn't say no. My thing with this.
Bring it on.
This is. If he survived the fucking steroid shit back in 1993
and had to tell people wrestling was fake,
and where he actually had, there was evidence too where he was sending it to Hulk. There were wrestlers fighting against him. This is going to be a change, definitely. But I'm afraid that just like it might have been last year, where he was kicked off at first and then he was brought right back. This situation, I hate to say it, the way women are looked at in society, they're not going to make an example out of Vince McMahon because so many people do this. And if she was kidnapped and if she was trafficked that way, then I would say yes. But it's just like if someone goes into a store, buys a fucking fruit gusher fruit snack and then says, I don't like it. Well, you purchased it. What the fuck do you think? She sold her body.
She loved gushers. They squirt.
She knew he's stupid. She knew what she was doing. Now, do I think they're all completely wrong? Yes. Johnny Laurinaitis is a married man. Vince is a married man. Brock is a married man. Completely wrong. But if the product of what you're selling is that, hi, I'm here to sell my body, what do you think people are going to do? You know, like, it's not like Vince was like, oh, let me find this girl and ask her to have sex with me. Obviously, she was able to get, you know, I don't know. I
know. These situations are weird.
I think it's hard when because not only for a fan's perspective, because first of all, I hate Vince. Like, whenever he touches WWE, it's not great. So I don't even want to see him on there anymore.
That's why WWE's been good.
But what I will say is, going back to the comment about Brock Lesnar leaving before, you're going to have a lot of wrestlers that are going to say, so our boy, granted, it's scummy what he did. But in the grand schemes of horrible things that Vince has done and that people have done, having sex with a lady and then buying her gifts, isn't that what married people do? I'm not trying to be a dick here, but I mean, she was getting front row tickets to WrestleMania, Nordstrom gift card,
right.
Bloomingdale's. You know, she wasn't this innocent bystander. So I think a lot of the wrestlers are going to feel a certain way about it too. This is going to play out, and I'm excited to see. But let's keep talking about Raw. We have Imperium taking on the New Day now. Some quick notes from this match. Vinci nails a springboard crossbody to Kofi. Vinci then clotheslines Woods from behind. Vinci nails a back suplex to Woods on the apron. And then Kofi nails a springboard elbow. And both teams fight on the floor, and they get a double count out. After the match, Kaiser fights Kofi in the crowd, and then Imperium take control. Woods saves Kofi as they fight in the crowd, and then the New Day and Imperium fall and crash off an equipment table through tables on the floor. So this match is pretty much a setup to have this brawl happen. Do you care about this New Day versus Imperium stuff happening here?
No, and this is what I'm talking about. They have to fill in those little that 1 hour, the whole 9 o'clock hour with bullshit, and it's like, oh, I don't like watching it.
I really don't care, especially with the Royal Rumble, knowing that there's really going to be no, like, we know that Kofi has challenged Gunther for the Intercontinental title on Raw, but aside from that, there's really going to be no storyline after this because they're going to start getting into WrestleMania gear. I do like Imperium as a tag team. I want to see New Day turn heel. I know that they are huge and they do a lot for the business in terms of like the Make-A-Wish and all that stuff, so it's hard to turn them. But I'm getting really tired of this happy-go-lucky gimmick. They haven't been doing anything and they're still happy. I don't get it. We see the Judgment Day backstage. Rhea Ripley says Drew McIntyre is the least of our worries. And Damian Priest tells Rhea that business is under control and to stop going to Adam Pearce to make things okay. Rhea is mad that Finn Balor laughed during this comment, and she wants to see Finn's vicious side. And Finn says that's what you're going to see tonight. Again, another sort of red herring where it looks like the Judgment Day are going to break up, and they don't. So that's pretty much the storyline with this group here. Is they're arguing.
The only way I see them, honestly, like breaking up, is if they cause Damian Priest the cash in.
They could do that. I just think it's interesting, and I mentioned this last week, that Rhea is still talking about Drew McIntyre. We haven't really seen them together since the Survivor Series. So why does she still care about protecting Drew? Like, it doesn't make sense. And I think we're going to get a storyline.
No, I don't get that either.
If Drew stays on because his contract is up and he still hasn't re-signed. So we'll see what happens. Our next match, we have Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree taking on Valhalla, which is Sarah Logan on her period. And Ivy nails a pit bull finisher.
Yeah, when she fucking does that stupid scream, holy shit.
Yeah, it's scary. It's like it's
not scary. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, and then she was biting the ropes last week.
Yeah, she's fucking weird.
Ivy hits a pit bull, which is a top rope bulldog to get the win. Really nothing from that match. Another, you kind of said it just to keep the hour filled up. We see Nia Jax coming out to the ring, and Nia says, the first time I came face to face with Rhea Ripley, she got squashed. The first time I fought Becky, she got squashed. Rhea wants to fight Becky because she can't beat me. At the Royal Rumble, I'm going to kill both of their dreams. And then Becky Lynch comes out. Becky says, shut up, you dopo. Or I'm sorry, you dope. Going into the Royal Rumble, I have a big target, but you have the biggest target. You've injured half of the women in the match. I don't know what I will enjoy more, winning the Rumble or watching you lose. That's when Bayley comes out. Bayley says, both of you idiots are going to lose to my old pals. I'm winning the Royal Rumble. And then Bayley attacks Becky Lynch. That's when Nia attacks as well. Becky hits a manhandle slam to Bayley. Nia tosses Becky over the top rope to the floor. And then Nia lands a leg drop to Bayley. Nia is the last woman standing. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I like Nia. She's good.
You're a fan now.
Yeah, I'm a fan now. I never thought I'd say it, right? I'm enjoying Nia Jax. I don't think she's Royal Rumble.
Fan of the woman that made the man.
Huh?
I said you're a fan of the woman that made the man.
No, she did not make nobody. The man made her. But I think she's good. Like she's impressed me a lot since she's come back. She's improved a lot. Obviously, this makes sense for her to win. I just don't know what else they could do with her. Because we all want Becky and Rhea.
I know.
She doesn't have so her and Rhea aren't going one-on-one at the Rumble. That's kind of fucking dumb.
That's what I was saying last week. We need I get Nia can compete in the Rumble and then still fight can fight for the title, lose the match, and compete in the Rumble. There's no, just because you lose a title match doesn't mean that you don't get another opportunity. It definitely was interesting to see Bayley out there on Raw. So we'll talk about that because we see her again. Next we have Dominik Mysterio with JD McDonough and one half of the tag team champions Finn Balor taking on The Miz. Will you grab me a drink, sir?
Yeah. What do you want, cream?
Yes, please. Thank you, David. Sorry, the Hakamadi is grabbing a drink. The Hakamadi is Hakamadi. So Dominik Mysterio taking on The Miz here tonight. Dominik dives onto The Miz. Miz nails the it kicks and nails a springboard crossbody to get a 2 count. Balor hits The Miz from behind. Dominik hits a 619 and a frog splash to get the victory over The Miz. After Finn attacks The Miz until DIY run out, they take out Dominik, Finn, and JD McDonough, and The Miz hits a skull-crushing finale to McDonough. I will tell you, I was very upset to see The Miz lose that way.
Yes.
Dominik is a good wrestler, but 1-6-1-9 and a frog splash should really not have beaten The Miz. It should have taken a second one or something, especially with the fact that he just had an Intercontinental title match with Gunther. But what is your take on this match? And I know you're not a fan of DIY, but they're getting it. Look, DIY is getting attacked.
No, that's stupid. They shouldn't be beating The Miz. I mean, I don't know, dude. Again, I hate to sound like but I just don't give a fuck about any of this shit. There's only one thing I really cared about on this card, and we'll talk about that
when we get
but no one cares about DIY anymore.
I know. I think, but you hit a good nail on the head when you said that, you only cared about one part. Back in the day, you tuned into Raw, when I was little, and every person, whether they were the Big Show or Shawn Michaels or even Taka fucking Michinoku, they all had a role to play, and it was boring, some parts of it, but you knew what you were going to get. With this, it's like you have The Miz being a top star 1 week to getting beat by Dominik, who just got voted, most likely to succeed pretty much in 2024, which is okay. But The Miz needs to win more. He keeps on losing. And it's not a good look for him.
I agree.
Last year, he was the host of WrestleMania. This year, I hope he's even on the card. So, I know you're not a fan of DIY, and this match is pretty much to promote them. So let's move on. Damian Priest, we talked about this last week too, and I was upset with this promo. R-Truth shows up backstage, and Damian Priest says, "I appreciate your sense of humor, but I have serious business. Drew will receive his punishment tonight." Why does Damian Priest appreciate Truth's sense of humor? You are a Punisher. Why are you giving R-Truth the time of fucking day? Like, I don't get it. They know he's making a mockery of the group. Like, unless Damian Priest wants to screw up Judgment Day, why does he want to have R-Truth around? Like, I don't get it. But Damian Priest just promises to beat up Drew McIntyre. Next we get Chad Gable taking on Ivar. Gable nails a cannonball to start the match and nails a flying headbutt to get a 2 count. Ivar accidentally kicks Chad Gable off the apron. Or I'm sorry, he accidentally kicks the ring post. Gable applies an ankle lock, but Ivar nails a flying leg drop to a 2 count. Ivar misses a doomsault, and Gable nails a German bridge to a 2. Valhalla distracts Chad Gable, leading to the doomsault by Ivar. I'm not a big fan of these two, but I was a fan of this specific match. So what did you think of this one?
Wait, which one was it again?
Ivar and
Yeah,
Chad.
that's okay. Because I agree. What was this? I mean, Ivar, I've said this before. Ivar was good when he was with the Viking Warriors in NXT. Ever since then, they haven't done much with him. Chad Gable, they kind of made him look like a bum when he lost twice to fucking Gunther. I'm just gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants him to fucking fight him again, but for what? He's just been playing fucking stick you with this fat fucking hog and this sexy ass blonde chick doing absolutely nothing. That's one person I think they book horribly. And I just can't enjoy any of his fucking matches knowing that he's not going to get anywhere.
Mm-hmm. I hear what you're saying. There's really no spot for him because he's not the biggest guy, and he's good, but I don't know. It's a different.
He's just a good
time.
wrestler. I guess they just view him as a really good wrestler.
Okay, well, let's talk about this segment. We have 4 minutes,
which is horse shit.
I know. I do like Chad Gable.
Because I fucking love the guy, dude.
He's good. He's like Kurt Angle. So speaking of good, Cody Rhodes comes out, and then
finally
CM Punk immediately follows. I know this is
I hate
the
Cody
thing I
Rhodes.
cared about too.
Like Mussolini, cause CM Punk's the best.
So Cody starts and he goes, "What do you want to talk?" Or no, CM Punk says, "You and I have been on very different paths to get here. Let's enjoy this moment." And then Cody Rhodes says, "What do you want to talk about?" And Punk says, "I want to talk about your dad. I don't know if you know this story. In 2007, your dad calls me and tells me he is sending his son Cody to OVW to become a wrestler. He wanted me to keep an eye on you. It wasn't a hard job to do. I watched you grow into this main event champion caliber superstar. I am proud of you. I bring this up because I feel like I'm breaking a promise. I won't be looking out for you. I'll be looking for you in the Royal Rumble." Cody goes, "You're not alone in that feeling. Most people see me and see my dad. I did everything to be my own man. I showed up to OVW, no matches under my belt. You treated me like a peer and we became friends. In the Royal Rumble, there are no friends." And then CM Punk says, "Well, what about Sunday morning? I can separate business from personal. Can you?" Punk says, "You're the son of one of the greatest. I didn't have a famous dad. You have come out of his shadow, but I'm more of the American dream than you are." Cody then says, "I want to talk about the pipe bomb. I was inspired. Then you left, and you really left. You dropped the torch, and I picked it up. That makes me more like CM Punk than you." CM Punk takes off his jacket and he says, "Allow me to give you the road to the WrestleMania CM Punk experience. You carry this company for 2 years. As you're about to finish your story, a much bigger star has come to take it from you, and I'm talking about me. Cody Rhodes says, a quote I heard from my dad that I want to say is, courage is being scared, but saddling up anyways. That direction goes through you. And then Cody Rhodes bumps CM Punk. Punk pulls on back. They stare down, and Cody Rhodes leaves. So I want to give you enough time to give me your thoughts on this. And we only have 2 minutes before our break. So we're going to cut to our first break. And when we come back, I want your thoughts on this epic promo between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. And we have a lot more else to cover. So stay tuned. We will be right back. There. Welcome back. I'm still the hot commodity Aunt C, and we were just talked about the CM Punk Cody Rhodes. CM Punk. Yeah, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes promo. Christian, let's talk about your thoughts because I know this was the moment of the night that you were most excited to see.
So, hold up. Okay. Sorry. So this promo, first off, I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was good. Okay. CM Punk talks about, can you separate personal and business? You guys know I'm a big CM Punk guy.
Mm-hmm.
But can you? Because you went off on Hangman on the press conference because he said he didn't respect veterans. But Punk was right. He is more the American dream than Cody Rhodes. They both had sneaky little lines. They didn't say too much, say too little. People thought they were going to talk about AEW. They said some hints, but they didn't really talk about them. I think the only way these two cross paths anytime soon is at the Rumble if they start 1 and 2, which is why I said earlier that's why I think they will start the Rumble.
You think it'll be Cody and CM Punk 1 and 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This was good. I mean, the stare down didn't give me the same type of excitement as it did with Seth Rollins, but it was good. 2 of your top baby faces going at it in a promo. The crowd was 50-50. It was good stuff. But there's a couple things that stuck out to me. Like Punk said that. Cody Rhodes said, the pipe bomb, you walked out, blah, blah, blah. Didn't you, though? Too? They both said some things that were like, okay, wait a second. Is what you're saying true? Because you walked out too. You both did. No one was fired. You both walked out. So a couple things stood out to me. Overall, this is money.
I agree with you.
That's why I wanted to speak on it, because there were certain little lines
that kind of got. I get it. I agree with you. I think it's good that you caught on to that. I think a lot of the other wrestling fans caught on to that as well. And I think they maybe should have, like Cody maybe should have came back with let's talk about your practices in other companies without saying anything, maybe even just dropping a line like that.
The crowd would have went nuts. They would have been like,
yeah.
Oh
shit, yeah.
It's not about those type of moments. Now let me ask you this. Who won?
Well, I feel like they both won. They both sort of like proved their point. CM Punk is more like the American dream.
I'd give it a draw.
Cody is fighting his way, even though he has all of this opportunity, he dresses in a nice suit. He's still not the champion. He's still lost. So I get where he can be more like CM Punk in terms of like, gritty fighting. But I think they both won. I think that they both looked good in this promo. And I can't pick, maybe CM Punk, maybe. But I think they both did well, and I think that I agree that they should be 1 and 2. And what would be even better is if they made it to the end. If they're 1 and 2 and they're in the final 4, that'd be really cool. I'm glad you spoke on that. We get a promo from Hulk Hogan where, people are thinking he might be involved in the Rumble. I doubt it. He
From
says
who?
Hulk Hogan. He says in his promo that he
Yeah, that's right.
yes, he might have one more run or one more match, and I really don't care.
Brother.
We see Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark defeat Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. After the match, the Kabuki Warriors attack the champions Carter and Chance and celebrate with Dakota Kai. Really nothing to talk about there, just more women's tag division stuff. Natalya and Tegan Nox confront Damage Control backstage. And Bayley tells Adam Pearce once the Kabuki Warriors win the titles, he'll be seeing more of Damage Control. And then Jinder Mahal and Indus Sher want to talk to Adam Pearce. So more stuff from Mahal. We have our main event now. One half of the tag team champions, Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre. Some quick notes here. Drew nails a belly to belly on the floor. Priest nails a broken arrow to Drew McIntyre onto the announce table. McIntyre lands a Glasgow kiss. R-Truth tries to give Damian Priest money, but Priest pushes him, allowing McIntyre to land a future shock DDT. Truth tries to put money in the briefcase as he yells about what's the password. McIntyre hits R-Truth, and Priest hits the South of Heaven, but Truth is still yelling at the referee. Priest tosses R-Truth to the floor, and then McIntyre nails a Claymore to get the victory over Damian Priest here. R-Truth is not going to be funny to Damian Priest anymore, I don't think. But what were your thoughts on this main event?
I'm always gonna root for Damian Priest, but this wasn't much, man. I just want that motherfucker to cash in at this point. I don't go fuck about any of his singles matches.
They're
We know
doing
they
too
don't like
many
each other.
false cash-ins with this, I think.
We know they don't like each other. So, but this was a good match. Two big guys, two tough guys, deep voice. This was a good match. It's just
it wasn't really. I mean,
I don't know why the fuck he's even in the Rumble.
That's not to prove. I mean, he already has a chance to have the title. I think this is a lackluster Raw for it being the last Raw to Royal Rumble. But I guess we'll see the big good stuff at the pay-per-view. So, what was I know the answer to this, but your moment of the night was probably that.
Cody and Punk face to face.
Yeah, I agree. That was really the only thing that stood out to me. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble matches. I'm excited I'm not really excited for SmackDown because, it's not really going to be. I'm excited to see the surprises, the outcomes of the Rumble. And with that, we've covered all of Monday Night Raw.
I think we might get one more match made on SmackDown for the Rumble.
Maybe.
Because we're short one match. There's got to be more than 5 matches. There's got to be one.
There's only 4.
There's only 4. Yeah, there's got to be one more.
We'll see.
There's got to be.
Well, with that, we're going to be covering Friday Night SmackDown. We're going to be dropping our Royal Rumble predictions on Saturday, right before the pay-per-view. And with that, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay notified. We're on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Check out Christian on Twitter, Chris Russell TV, correct?
Yep.
And until next
time.
And
check me out on Twitch and YouTube also, Chris Russell TV.
TV.
You've been doing a lot of gaming content. I'm going to be streaming AEW Fight Forever at 9:00 Eastern. So get ready for that.
All right. What matches are you have in store for the people tuning in, or are you just going to make when it happens?
I'm going to do a career mode.
All right. Well, check that out, and we'll be dropping more stuff.
I'll send you the link in case you want to see my beautiful face and me play AEW Fight Forever.
I definitely will check that out anytime I get to see Christian's beautiful face. Thank you everybody for tuning in, And until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.